Hi everyone, welcome to Python tutorial. In this video, we are going to discuss about data types in Python. There are several data types in Python like numbers, lists, tuples, dictionaries, strings, and booleans. In this video, we will take a look in little bit details of our numbers. So numbers in Python are data types that can be used to represent a wide range of values including integers, floating points numbers, and complex numbers. So numbers are used in mathematical operations and to store numerical data. So integers are the whole numbers. Whole numbers can be positive, negative, or zero. In Python, integers can be written without a decimal point. So let me give you an example of how we can write it. So for example, I can say x is equal to 5. That's a whole number, so it's called integer. Y is equal to minus 5, so it's a whole number. Minus 5 is a whole number, so it's an integer. Just to give you a hint, 5.7, this is not a whole number. So which one is not a whole number is not called integers. Okay, so that's how we're gonna define integers in Python collection. For example, if you are not sure and you want to check it, so you can check like this is print y, but there is a built-in function in column in Python, built-in type, like the same way we used in JavaScript type function. So this is how we can use in the same in Python type, and the type we're going to find out here. What is the type of this variable? We define it here. So now I'm going to run the application, and you can see here class, this is called class integer. So these numbers are integer. The next we will talk about floating point numbers. So what are floating point numbers? So the floating point numbers are numbers that have a decimal points. They are also known as a floats. So they are used to represent a real numbers. So for example, now if I'm going to add it here, so this will be called floating numbers. Okay, that's a floating point number. So whatever have points, so this is called 5.5. Even if I'm gonna add like z here, and also I'm gonna say 4.0, it will be still called, that will be still called what? Floating point numbers. Okay, so right now let me call again, and I'm gonna call again 0 means z, and I'm gonna type here. So what should be the type of the z here? So it should be, there is no confusion. So let me run again the application, and now you can see here there's a class floats, class float. Next we will check out, here is sorry, in Python you're gonna comment like this. Okay, you want the hash sign, and you're gonna this. So here we're gonna call complex numbers. What are complex numbers, and where we can use it, this complex number? So basically complex numbers, there's imaginary components, real and imaginary components. They are written in the form of a plus bj, like the whole mathematical operations and the bigger applications like engineering or mathematical operation of the data analysis type. These kind of projects mostly use it here, but I will give you some quick example how this data you can identify. So for example, if we have a is equal to 2 plus 4j, so 4j, that's j is called, basically it's an imaginary number, so it's a complex numbers. So right now if I'm going to print, okay, I'm gonna call is like type. So what kind of type we have for the a? Okay, so maybe we can clear this, and now if you can see here, we can find out this is complex number. How we can define this complex number? So it's basically a really huge concept that we know where we can use this complex number, but in mostly cases, like I say, it's an engineering type and data analysis, people using this imaginary and real and imaginary number. So like this is real number and this is imaginary number, which is called complex number. The other way you can define like a complex number, which is like this. There is a built-in function which is called like a complex, and in this I will say 3 and 4. Okay, so right now this will be a complex number. So let's find out. This is the type of b. Okay, let me clear here, so maybe you have no any kind of issue. Right now if I'm going to Python app, and you can see here it's still class complex. I'm gonna type here again another print, So how you can see the result will be, so the result will be also showing you how the data in the complex function is going to convert the data in the J form. Okay, so just be follow here, and now you will find out. So now you can see here 3 plus 4J. So we define is a 3 and 4. So it comes with a imaginary part in the complex data. Another thing, what else we can do with numbers on iteration. So like we can do in Python's multiplications, like performing any kind of mathematical operations. So let me give you just a quick example, some of example in case you are a beginner. So maybe you have no doubts where we can use it and how we can use this mathematical operation. So for example, we have two variables like x is equal to 10 and y is equal to 5. So I'm going to call this addition. This is called a variable. Okay, this is not something, a function, which is, you can say, okay, this is a function we has to call like this. This is a variable. Addition, this is, I'm calling a variable, as in declaring a variable, or you can say x plus y. Okay, there is no need of find a semicolon here. For example, if I need to do subtraction, okay, I'm calling variable as a subtraction. There is no such kind of like, I'm not saying such kind of, I'm declaring a variable named subtraction. Just for your example, another one I will call like a z is equal to that could be multiplication, so x into y. Okay, that will be multiplication. So let's find out how the answer for it. So I'm going to print it out, just how this multiplication is working or not. So I'm going to say additions, and I can call like subtractions, and also I'm going to call z. Okay, and let's find out. I call printed out all of them together. Let me clear this first, so we should know what exactly we are calling and what exactly we are looking for. So now you can see 15. So 15 is basically the first one, addition. So 10 plus 5. The next one is 5, basically 10 minus 5, and the third one is 50. So x into 5. There is several more functions which we can use in mathematically, like division. So it's simple call. For example, I'm going to call again here z and x. Divide y. I'm gonna call z here again, which is, I'm just calling z, but there's no need to be called. It's like a modulus we can call. So x modulus y is just an example. You cannot call like a twice in different value, in case, because you will be there will be errors. So just don't follow like the same way what I'm doing. So now you can see 0 is coming because of the modulus. In the last one z, we updated the value, so now it's not working like here. So if I'm going to change here like a w, and this I'm gonna call y, so I think that will be work good. Okay, w and y, that's when I'm going to print it out. So let me clear here, so you can see clearly what exactly the answer. So now you can see here 15, 5, 50, 2.0. So basically 2.0 is 10, and y, so that's a 2.0, and that's a modulus for here is 5 2s are 10, so that's why 0 is left. That's why it's called modulus. There are also many built-in functions for mathematical operation in Python. For example, like there is abs. Okay, there is abs function. There is called round function. If you know, in JavaScript we also use somehow round function. There is max, there is min, and there is power. I'm calling power, but it says power. And there is a square root, if you want a square root somehow, which is using like the basically and high level languages, software or products will be using. And this small level you can know. Let me give you one more module kind of things. There is called math module. So for example, if you want to use any module, you has to import it. So import from Python, so which is I'm calling import from Python math. And now I'm gonna print it out. What should I print it out with math? So I'm gonna call like math dot square root. Okay, now you can see here I'm getting the square root function because of the math, and I'm gonna call give me the square root any number like 16. That's I need to know. how this is gonna be work. So now you can see here I'm getting 4. So square root is 4 into 4. If you know the mathematics, so 4 time into 4, so it will be give you in mathematics 16 answer, and that's how square root 4 16. So these are just some example of working with numbers in Python. There are many other ways we to use numbers in Python, including working with large numbers, converting between data types, and formatting the number for output. So in the next video, we will be talk about strings. So stay tuned with me. Please subscribe my channel for more videos. Thank you.